In Chief Commander Ebenezer Obey's voice, if you see a woman, make you treat her better, oh. If you treat her better, oh, it go better for you. Don't mind my voice anyway. Anyway, yes, so we women should be very proud of ourselves because women are the most beautiful, the most gorgeous creatures in the whole world and the real architects of our society. It's the International Women's Day every 8th of March. It's the International Women's Day, and yesterday was one. Inspire inclusion. On this note, I say Happy Women's Day to all beautiful and strong ladies, women, and of course, this Orozoki are no grief for anybody generation. I'm not forgetting our daddies too. Well, we'll celebrate the men always. They always care about us on this program. And the program is Feminine Scope on OGBC 90.5 FM. My name is Toyin Sogbesan. You call me TS. On this program, we host strong ladies, we host women who are on top of their careers. Reason is for them to share their experiences with us so that this generation will be better off for it. And today, I will not be different. I have another achiever in the house. She is Nurse Serifat Omobolanle Aminu, the Acting Director of Nursing Services, Ogun State Ministry of Health. It's nice to have you on this edition of Feminine Scope. It's a special edition for women, International Women's Day. So you are welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning, listeners. Good morning, TS, and happy International Women's Day to us.
Yes, so I'm proud to be a woman, and so are you.
Proud here too.
Yes, to be a woman. Anyway, we'll start with the very first things, and that's getting to know you more. Who is Serifat Omobolanle Aminu? Where were you born? Who were your parents?
Okay.
What was growing up for you?
Thank you so much, TS, for having me. My name is Serifat Omobolanle Aminu, Mrs., a nurse by profession.
Great.
Born into a family of Pa Adeniji and Mrs. Monsurat Adeniji. The first child, family of 7.
Wow.
Though we are 6 now, we lost one.
Wow.
So, growing up, we thank God for everything.
Yes, thank God for everything.
Thank God for everything.
But let's look at the very humble beginnings.
Okay.
Where exactly were you born?
I was born in Lagos, precisely Mushin. Though an indigenous of Ogun State.
Okay.
But my parents they live in Lagos, so I was born there. So I do call myself Mushin girl.
Mushin.
So if you give it to me, I will give it to you.
No grief for anybody.
No grief for anybody.
Hey. Serifat. Okay, now, so let's see life at Mushin.
At Mushin, though, unfortunately, I left Lagos at a very tender age. When I was 3 years old, I had to come to Abeokuta to live with my uncle. So I stayed with my uncle through that period of my primary education until primary 5, going to 6. Primary 6, I had to go to Lagos back to my parents. So I did
back
my
to
Mushin.
Mushin. Okay.
No, we left Mushin then to Yanopaja 6. So I had my primary 6 education there, then my secondary education in Lagos again. And as fate will have it, I had to come back to Abeokuta, precisely in Ogun State, to have my tertiary education in nursing.
Wow. So which schools did you attend?
Yeah, for my primary education. Unfortunately, within those spade of 5-6 years I spent in Abeokuta then, I attended 3 primary schools.
Within 6 years?
Within 6 years. Because,
what happened?
Because, relocation, my uncle will relocate to another place, we have to change school. So, initially I started with Imo Methodist Primary School. That was where I had my primary 1 and 2. Then from there, I moved to Ogbe Methodist Primary School, where I had my primary 3 to 5. Then I had my primary 6 at Dokpemo Primary School, Lagos State.
Wow. Why did you live with your uncle? What brought that about?
Well, I lived with my uncle because, like I was told, he came to our parents and like a child, I was crying that I wanted to follow him. And my father said, okay, you can go. And that was why I find myself in Abeokuta.
In Egba?
In Egba.
So you went to Methodist Primary School except the time you went back to Lagos, all the time that you were in Abeokuta.
Yes.
Did you have a Christian background?
Oh, I have, because even my uncle who I lived with was a Christian.
Okay.
He's late now. So all through that period, we were going to church together. Even when I got back to Lagos, even though my parents were Muslims, I was practicing Christianity up till my GSS2 in secondary school. I was a Christian.
You were a Christian. So which school did you attend for your secondary
My secondary school, I attended Des High School, Agege.
Wow.
in Lagos.
So you actually went back to Lagos to do your secondary school,
yes.
and then you came back
to
Abeokuta
for my tertiary.
for your tertiary, which is nursing. Nursing.
Yes.
So what informed your choice of career?
It's a funny story because I never intended to find myself in nursing.
No. So what happened?
In fact, as a matter of fact, my secondary school, initially I was in commercial class. My plan was to do economics because I love to see, especially inspired by bankers, the way they dress and all that. So all my plan was that, I want to end up in banking and all that.
Oh, wow. So
I had my first WAEC in 1996. So my result was not complete then, my O levels. When my uncle came, he came to Lagos then. So he saw my result. He said, wow, you have to resit for this exam. But why don't you consider nursing? I said, no, I don't want nursing. My father had that because my uncle, very educated, my father unlettered. So he always believes what my uncle says. So my father said, that is what you are doing. So what do we need to do? You have to go back for remedial programs. You have to go back to sciences and all that. I was like, how will I cope? Blah, blah, blah. I found myself in Abeokuta with my uncle. He registered me in Reverend Kuti Memorial Grammar School. Then they were having remedial program. So I have to do sciences, sit for exams again.
Science at that level. After school set. You went back for science?
Exactly.
Wow.
So
that's incredible.
So after I did that, even though I was not so much interested, I was just doing everything to please my father then. So even when I finished, I was still pursuing my economics stream because I did JAMB, chose options for economics in my JAMB. I had good score. I chose LASU, planning to go there. When the result came, my father said, no, you are not doing that. You are doing nursing. So when the form came out, my uncle obtained the form for me. He came to Lagos, brought it, I failed. Exam I came to do, I was praying that I would not pass that exam. Unfortunately, I passed. I passed the exam, so I was invited to the school. In fact, I resumed like 2 weeks later than my colleagues because I was not really interested. But when I got into the profession, when I got there, my first lecture, my canter, was anatomy and physiology. I was like, is it more than for us to just give injection? Why are we exposed to this kind of thing? Blah, blah, blah. Within a week, I grew my interest in nursing, and today, I thank God.
So today,
so I pray for my uncle. So happy. Oh. Anytime I see where I am today, I always pray for my late uncle.
Yeah, he saw it in you, and he looked ahead. What you were not saying, he saw beyond that.
Exactly.
Wow. Now, I'll take you back a little bit with your siblings. How many boys, how many girls were you?
6 girls. 1 boy. 1 boy. In fact, that was what informed that large number because I'm sure our parents were looking for a boy. So he came at the 6th position. He's the second to the last of the family. Yeah.
You are the number 1.
I'm the number 1.
And he happens to be number 6.
Number 6.
Wow. He eventually came as Okonlawon.
Ayokpo, exactly.
That's great. Now, go back to the days in the nursing school. What was it like? What we have today?
Then, it was great. When I say great, it encompasses a lot of things.
So which nursing school?
I went to Ogun State School of Nursing, Idiaba Abeokuta.
Okay.
For my nursing, then Ogun State School of Midwifery, Idiaba Abeokuta for my midwifery. Before I now proceeded for my degree in nursing, then my master's.
Which institution?
I went to National Open University for my degree in nursing. Okay. My master's in nursing Babcock University, and currently I'm on my PhD in nursing at Babcock University.
You are on your PhD?
Yes.
You are on my way. So why did you decide to keep going? You become a professor in nursing.
There are specialties in nursing. Initially, I went for midwifery, which I also enjoyed. I love it. But I think I have the skills for talking, teaching.
I've seen that.
And all that. So I just feel like, okay, how can I bring in these skills that I think I have? How can I incorporate it into my profession? Okay, so now explore the options I have. Okay, you can actually go into education, even in nursing.
Wow.
And that's why I keep on going that way.
So you are not in the clinic? You are not doing clinical nursing?
I used to be. I worked in the clinicals at private sectors and also with Lagos State Health Service Commission, because after I got married, I wasn't living in Lagos, so I had to take appointment with Lagos State Health Service Commission. But, the early days of marriage, it was not funny, so I had to relocate back to Abeokuta, where my husband resides then, to pick up appointment with Ogun State government.
I see. That's interesting. I love your zeal, your resilience, and you had a projection. You had your goals, and you pursued it.
Thank you.
You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
I love. You're so beautiful. Your husband is very lucky to have you, but I'm not promoting her for that. I just love the way you are.
Thank you.
Yes. So I want to look at nursing now. What would you advise for would-be nurses? There are some girls or ladies that still have a kind of thinking that, okay, I would like to be a nurse. What is expected of them? What should they do? How do they go about it?
Well, thank you. Because then, as a young girl, I was also confused when my uncle came with that idea that come for nursing. My whole ideology about nursing is these small girls that wear whites, work in private hospitals like mushroom clinics and all that. I don't want to be like that. That was then. I never knew that nursing is far more than that.
Okay.
So until I got there. So for would-be nurses, I want to tell them that nursing is very, very an enjoyable profession. And it's a calling. It's a profession that you have to be passionate about. The first thing is, do you have passion for that profession? There are times that you may not really have passion at the inception. But when you get into the profession, as you go along in the nursing education, you grow your passion. If you don't have passion for caring, don't bother to venture into nursing. And also, nursing is not you going to some hospitals or some clinics to learn it's not a trade. It's not like a, can I say, vocation or something where you have to go and learn for 3 months, 6 months and get your certificate and you start practicing. That is not nursing. Nursing comes with its own package of education. You go to either a college of nursing, because now there's a reform in nursing education by Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. So it's either you go to the university directly, where you go for 5-year program to study nursing. Then while there, you sit for your professional exams in nursing, midwifery, and probably public health nursing. If you don't want to try that option, you can go to colleges of education now. With colleges of education, it's like an HND package for nursing, but it's a non-interrupted program. 4-year, unlike the professional polytechnic where you have to opt after 2 years for ND, go for your intern. This one you go for 4-year non-interrupted
at
program.
The College of Education?
At the College of Nursing Sciences.
Okay.
Like in Ogun State now. A former school of nursing is now College of Nursing Sciences. We have 3 campuses, 5 schools. We have in Abeokuta, we have in Jebudi, and we have at Ilaro. In Abeokuta, we have 2 schools, School of Midwifery and School of Nursing. In Ijebu, School of Midwifery and School of Nursing. Then at Ilaro, School of Nursing. So prospective candidates can actually, with this launch that came out, our college is enlisted on the JAM portal.
Really?
So you pick the school of your choice out of the 5 schools I've mentioned. You pick your choice and then you come in for that HND program. At the end of that program, you will have come out with your HND certificates in nursing, your registered nurse certificate, then your registered midwifery certificate or registered public health nurse certificates. At the university, after the first degree, your baccalaureate certificates, you can also do your RN certification there, exams that will certificate you for in RM, which is registered midwife, and then public health nursing. Then after that, if you're like me that loves reading, you can proceed for your master's. At your master's level, you specialize. Either you want to go to maternal and child health, you want to go to mental health, you want to go to adult health nursing, you want to go to nursing education, nursing administration, and all that.
Yours is nursing education?
Oh, not really. I have a special professional diploma in education, nursing education.
Okay.
But at the master's level, my specialization is on public health nursing and community health nursing.
Community health and public health. Wow.
Because I also enjoy field work as well.
Okay. Is it possible for a nurse to become a medical doctor?
No, it's not possible. It's not possible because the 2 professions, nursing and medicine, though we work together as a team. In the health sector, there is what we call the health team. Every member of the health team is so important, up to the level of the gateman that will open the gate for you. If he refuses to be at his duty post at that time, there could be issues. So everybody works together as a team, and we all have a line of responsibilities. Some of them are independent, some of them are interdependent, some of them are dependent. So nursing and medicine are 2 different professions.
Wow.
They are 2 different professions. If you want to toy the line of nursing, you toy that line. If you want to go the line of medicine, you toy the line. A medical doctor cannot become a nurse cannot become a medical in the line of career progression.
Right. But somebody who read nursing can go back to school
for medicine if
for medicine. Yes. If the person wants.
Yes.
Okay.
You start from the beginning.
All over. So what's the point? Because I want to become doctor.
No. You can be doctors, like if you have your PhD,
you can be
a doctor of philosophy.
Okay. That's great. My guest on the program Feminine Scope is Nurse Serifat Omobolanle Aminu, the Acting Director of Nursing Services, Ogun State Ministry of Health. It's nice talking to you, but the main gist here today is that we're celebrating the International Women's Day. Women are beautiful. And nurses say that they are beautiful. They say nurses
very
are beautiful.
Physically and intellectually. And passionately as well.
Ah, right. So let's take a look at the women, our health, which is very important. But then the theme for this year's celebration is Inspire Inclusion. But I want us to take it from the angle of women's health. How do we ensure that we are okay as a woman? A lot is facing the woman. So many challenges facing the woman. The very fact that we are women, our physiology. So how do women take care of themselves health-wise?
Oh, thank you, T.S. Yes, it's very challenging to be a woman, but still we are proud to be. Right from when you are a girl child, you undergo that stage of puberty.
Yes.
Everything in you changes. You start menstruating, you start seeing a lot of things, changes in you and all that. Blah, blah, blah. You get married. If you are lucky, you get pregnant. Physiologically, everything about you start changing as well. You go into labor. You come back again, having another being added to your family. The role will change from being a wife, a pregnant woman, to a mother. You are also a wife, you are a sister. You are everything. That role conflicts. So because women has a lot of roles, everybody looks upon you in the family. Like they normally say, if every other member of the family except the woman is sick, it's still better. Sorry, if the woman is sick, there is trouble. Because when every other person is sick, she looks after them. But they may not be able to look after her when she is like that. So that is more reason why it is important for us as women to take care of ourselves. We face a lot of stress. You go to work, you come back, you have to prepare for the family, go to the kitchen, prepare for them the following day. You have a lot of issues. People will call you, especially with this our profession. People believe that you know it all, and that's not true. You understand? So they come, they ask you, blah, blah, solve this problem for me. You have everything to tackle. So if you are not careful, you may neglect your own health while caring for others. So that's the more reason why it is so important for us as women to ensure that at every point in time, we don't neglect. As we are taking care of other members of the family, we should also take time to take care of ourselves. Because if anything happens to us, the whole family is down.
So how do we take care of ourselves?
Yeah, taking care of ourselves, it depends on the stages of life that we find ourselves. We should ensure that we go for checkup regularly. There are some, like you are crossing to that stage of menarche, that's the onset of menstruation. With some girls, it comes with ease. With some, it comes with difficulty, that there could be some medical challenges that comes with it. So at that point, they should seek medical help so that that process, they will have to toil it with ease. Then, when a woman is pregnant, especially when you get married, there are so many advices that will be coming from people, even your own family. Because one thing I've come to realize, especially in this my profession, is that it doesn't matter either you are a nurse, a doctor, or whatever, as a woman. People that are close to your mother, your mother-in-law, your sister, and all of them will come with advice, forgetting that you are in that line. So they will come with such advices, and then you have to start educating them. That it's not like that. It's like this. I'm doing it for people, blah, blah, blah. But they may not believe it because you are our own now. We know you. We brought you up. All those things. So you have to actually know that your health is important at that time. Take good care of yourself. If you are pregnant, go for antenatal clinics so that medical personnel can actually assess your health situation and that of your baby you are carrying. Then during lactation. And apart from all these stages of life, periodically, as a woman, we should go to health facilities. That I'm just here to do a medical checkup. Am I fine? Is everything okay with me? Then when we are stressed, Because there is no way we will not be stressed with all this real conflict. When we are stressed, let us take time. Forget it. Let the house be dirty. Let that visitor that will come to you say you are dirty. When your body tells you that you are stressed, please take time to relax. Even if just taking a nap and all that. When you wake up, you will have energized your system, and then you can now come back to do those things.
That's interesting. There's one area that I always love my guests to share with us, and that's your husband. Your husband, how did you meet him? Who is he?
When I say the most supportive being that I've ever met is my husband.
Wow.
He has been so supportive. His name is Mohammed Aminu. He's from Ondo State. I know you want to ask me how I live Ogun State to Ondo State. He's from Ondo State.
How did you meet him?
I met him while I was doing my midwifery program in Abeokuta. Then he was working as a banker, then Standard Trust Bank. I had an account with them, so I needed to go to make it. And it was a day to my birthday that year. Okay. So I needed to, no students now, to make small withdrawal so that you can do small get together for your friends. So when I got there, and it happened to be the month of Ramadan, so I was also fasting. Okay. He saw me, I was on the queue. He beckoned on me, I didn't answer because I was like, why are you beckoning on me? To join the queue. I won't do that. Okay. So when it was my turn, he attended, he was asking questions. Sister, I didn't answer. Just attend to me, let me go. So the passbook came, I went with a passbook. So when I gave it to him, I did my transaction. I went with a friend. When I got back to because we were on clinical posting, when we got back to the clinical posting area, I just saw that the paper fell off from my passbook.
Wow.
So when I saw the paper, it was his name and phone number. I was like, I was making jest. I was telling my friend, look at this guy. He left his phone number in the passbook, so I just ignored it. But only God knew how he picked my number. It's easy for him to pick my number. So he picked the number, and they started disturbing me with calls and all that. All still, I'd say I didn't give in to him and all that. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I had a junior colleague who is late now, who was cutting with me. Most often, she would go to Lagos. She was going then to see her boyfriend. And then the boyfriend, according to her then, was cutting with another friend who works in Abeokuta.
Okay.
So one day, she just told me that, Auntie Bola, because that's Auntie Bola, that's my boyfriend's friend that I told you lives in Abeokuta. He's coming to pay me a visit. I said, no problem. Let him come. So after we came back from the school, I just saw the guy. He happened to be the husband I'm married to. I was like, wow, is this your boyfriend's friend? And from there, we pick it up.
Everything is history. Yes. So how is the marriage? How old is the marriage?
To the glory of God, 19 years.
19. Wonderful.
19 years.
Wonderful. That's great. I wish you honeymoon forever.
Thank you.
And the children too.
Thank you.
We thank God for your life. I want your advice for this generation. You've been through life, and you're still going through life. You have seen a lot. I want you to talk to this generation as a mother, as a woman, as a professional.
Anytime I have to think about this generation, I always have this fear that what will their future be like? And the fault is not theirs, it's ours, this present generation, the mothers and fathers of today. We were not raised like this. Our parents then were tough. Those days, a boy need not dare come to your house to say he was looking for you. He will have to hide somewhere, have to send someone to your house somehow. But these days, this generation, they don't care. And it's because we didn't really bring them up the way we were brought up. Somebody said our own parents were generation A, we are generation B, and these children of nowadays are generation C, that we had the cause of all this problem. Because probably we thought that the way we were brought up, our parents made us to suffer, which was not true. So we're like, I don't want my child to suffer the way I suffer. And in the course, we do virtually everything for them. We didn't give them all this ability for them to be able to have this ideology, ability to critical thinking skills. That life is not all that sweet every time. There are times there are challenges. How will you face challenges? We are not inculcating this kind of skills in them. We are showing to them that everything should come with ease, that you are not supposed to even go through any problem in your life. So at every little challenge that life now throws at them, we did not prepare them for how they will actually face those challenges. And then a lot of things now happen. So it's actually our fault. But we can still take a turn. We can still do the needful. We can go back to our respective homes and start with our own children and our other children that are close to us, maybe our families and all that, and start training them. We have to continue to train them with good manners. Good manners, forget it, nowadays it's not out there. And it's reflecting in every aspect, including in education settings, because they lack manners from home. When they get to school, the lecturers cannot talk to them anyhow. They will retaliate and all that. And when they start working, and it goes on like that, and before you know it, they also get married. They start giving birth to children, and that cycle continues. So it's actually the problem of us, these parents of this generation, and the solution also comes from us.
Wow. And that's food for thought. You've really opened some cans there. It is well. Thank you so much for finding time to be on this program. But then, do you party, Mrs. Aminu? You look like a party person.
People do say that.
You look like a party person.
Unfortunately, I'm in between an introvert and extrovert.
Yeah, you are not an introvert. The person I've been talking with is doesn't sound.
I'm not a party freak, but I enjoy myself when I go to party.
Okay.
I love going to party, but not a party freak that every weekend you have to see me at a party.
Okay. So what type of music do you like?
Religious music.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay, Mrs. Aminu, can you sing?
I can try.
Okay, let's go.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
Okay, let me go like this. Kàgbà fún Ọlọ́run ní sí mi o. Kàgbà fún Ọlọ́run ní sí mi. Kádàrá ò ṣe gbà láìkọ̀. Kàgbà fún Ọlọ́run ní sí mi. Àìgbà fún Ọlọ́run ìyọnu ni o. Àìgbà fún Ọlọ́run ìyọnu ni. Kádàrá ò ṣe kọ̀ láìgbà. Kàgbà fún Ọlọ́run ní sí mi.
Beautiful. You have lovely voice.
Thank you.
Kàgbà fún Ọlọ́run ní sí mi. 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 Kádàrá ò ṣe ọ̀tá ìgbà. Kàgbà fún Ọlọ́run ní sí mi. Kàgbà fún Ọlọ́run ní sí mi. Kàgbà fún Ọlọ́run ní sí mi. Kádàrá ò ṣe ọ̀tá ìgbà. Kàgbà fún Ọlọ́run ní sí mi. Kàgbà fún Ọlọ́run ní sí mi. Kàgbà fún Ọlọ́run ní sí mi. Kádàrá ò ṣe ọ̀tá ìgbà. Kàgbà fún Ọlọ́run ní sí mi. Kàgbà fún Ọlọ́run ní sí mi. Kàgbà fún Ọlọ́run ní sí mi. Kádàrá ò ṣe ọ̀tá ìgbà. Kàgbà fún Ọlọ́run ní sí mi.
Thank you so much for coming onto this program.
Thank you.
We do appreciate. And Ramadan is here.
It's here.
Yes, Ramadan Kareem.
It's here. Thank you.
It is well. So we'll start by the special grace of Allah,
Amen.
and then we will finish by the grace of Allah.
Amen.
It is well with us all.
Thank you.
Well, this is where we'll drop the anchors on today's edition of Feminine Scope on OGBC 90.5 FM. Again, I thank my guest, Nurse Serifat Omobolanle Aminu, the Acting Director of Nursing Services, Ogun State Ministry of Health. I also thank my producer, Temilade Tijani, assisted by Fumilayo Akintoye. My studio manager is Yemi Serikudi, and my name is Toyin Sogbesan. TS. Again, I say Happy International Women's Day. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good morning. In Chief Commander Ebenezer Obey's voice, if you see a woman, make you treat her better, oh. If you treat her better, oh.